I'm going to call the Lake County Board of Elections and voter registration board meeting to order. If we could all please rise for the pledge if you're able. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and welcome to the meeting. Roll call, please, Jessica.
Clerk Brown?
Here.
Ms. Candelaria-Reardon? Present. Mr. Mellon?
I am here.
Mr. Reed?
Here.
Chairman Smith?
I am here. We have a quorum. All members are present in person. All right. The agenda. Motion to approve the agenda as presented. Oh, wait, do we do the second?
This is a new one.
It's a new one. It's on the agenda. It's on the agenda. Is on the agenda. So, all right. Motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
All right, a motion
Second,
by Ms. Candelaria-Reardon. I think Mr. Reed seconded it.
I did.
Any discussion on that? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Approval of the minutes. Minutes of the special board meeting of July 30th, 2025. I'll entertain a motion to approve as presented.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Reed,
Second.
second by Clerk Brown. Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. The minutes are approved.
Mr. Chairman,
Ms. Candelaria-Reardon.
I'd like to make a
This is the
motion
greatest
that we take new business before we embark on the old business.
Okay, so motion to, modify the agenda to take new business first.
Second, Mr. Chair.
And we have a second by Clerk Brown. Is there any discussion on that motion?
What's the logic here? Any particular reason?
Just so that we could take the things that will probably take less time first.
Oh, I always like the idea of letting the people who are stuck here go first, but yeah, I guess.
Okay, is there any other discussion? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. All right, new business then. 2025 May Special Election Reconciliation Report. Jessica?
It was just to report the exact line is there were no precincts with discrepancies beyond the threshold of the 2025 special election. This is just a standard thing we do for every election.
Yep. Any action by the board needed? No, just taking it.
I'm not sure, so if you want to approve it, just.
Chairman,
on the safe side.
I'll make a motion to accept the report.
Second, Mr. Chair.
Motion by Mr. Mellon, second by Clerk Brown to accept the 2025 May Special Election Reconciliation Report. Is there any discussion on that? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. The next matter before the board is Resolution 2025-09, which is a resolution establishing three-member precinct election boards for the November 4, 2025 Lake Central School Corporation Special Referendum Election. I have that resolution before me. Does staff want to comment on that before we entertain a motion to approve?
Again, this is just another standard one that we do for the elections. The difference between this is normally it's a 5-member board. This year it's a 3, just because it's a smaller election.
All right, I'll entertain a motion. If there's no questions of staff, entertain a motion to approve 2025-09.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair, I just
Clerk
have
Brown.
one question. I would like for them to try and explain to the public what this resolution is about, explaining that it is a referendum and where it's at and what.
Yeah, so this year we have,
Thank you.
This year we have 2 school referendums. We have Lake Central and we have Hanover Township, the schools. And with this, they're going to vote on the information that's in the board packet from last month, which was approved last month. But this is basically, normally for each election, we're going to have 5 members of the board, so you're going to have an inspector, you're going to have 2 judges and 2 clerks. Because this election is so much smaller than a normal election, we're going to take it down to the 3-member board, so you're going to have 1 inspector, 1 judge, and 1 clerk.
All right, thank you, Jessica. Any other questions?
Oh, and this is not a, I'm sorry.
Mr.
This is
Culver?
not a.
Oh, I'm sorry, Clerk
no,
Brown.
I apologize. This is not a city election. This is strictly for what?
School districts. So it's the Lake Central School District and the Hanover School District.
Only.
So
No.
it's going across some town boundaries, but
Right.
it's whichever school district you live in.
Thank you very much.
I believe this has to be unanimous as well.
All right.
So I just wanted to make sure.
Yep, thank you. Is there a motion to approve Resolution 2025-09?
Motion to approve, Mr. Chair.
Motion by Clerk Brown, second by Mr. Reed. Any discussion? All right, roll call vote, please. Jessica?
Oh, sorry, Clerk Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Candelaria-Reardon?
Aye.
Mr. Mellon?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes, Resolution 2025-09 is adopted unanimously. Next, we have a very similar resolution, 2025-10, which is the same as 2025-09, but it's for the Hanover Community School Corporation, and it is a resolution entitled, "A Resolution Establishing Three-Member Precinct Election Boards for the November 4th, 2025 Hanover Community School Corporation Special Referendum Election." All right, is there a motion to approve 2025-10?
Motion to approve, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Clerk Brown with the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Candelaria Reardon. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, we'll ask for a roll call on this because it has to be unanimous.
Clerk Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Candelaria Reardon?
Aye.
Mr. Mellon?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes, 2025-10 is adopted unanimously. Next matter of new business is resolution number 2025-11, a resolution of the Lake County Board of Elections and Registration authorizing combined polling places, precinct board, and voting machines in Lake County, Indiana. This is combining Crown Point 26 and Cherryville 20, Griffith 17 and St. John Township 3, St. John 7 and St. John 17 and 18, and St. John 8 and St. John 10. So those are the combined boards. Jessica, anything else that I left out?
I don't believe so, not on that one.
All right, does the board have any questions of staff? Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adopt resolution 2025-11.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Mr. Mellon, motion by Mr.
Second,
Mellon,
Mr.
second by
Chairman.
Clerk Brown. Does this have to be unanimous?
Yes.
It does. All right, roll call, I'm sorry, any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Clerk Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Candelaria Reardon?
Aye.
Mr. Mellon?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes, resolution 2025-11 is adopted unanimously. Next matter of new business is resolution 2025-12, a resolution of the Lake County Board of Elections and Registration establishing the number of deputy election commissioners, establishing the rules regarding deputy election commissioners. And it looks like generally, I think, Jessica, this is something that the chairman get together on and agree on a number?
Yes.
All right, and what's that number this time?
It's one for each location, I believe.
All right, so 4 as provided by law, and each party will designate 2. Is that right?
I believe it was supposed to be one per district, meaning one for Lake Central, one for Hanover. Am I incorrect in that?
Well, the resolution, I think, reads 4, 2 each. So I was just going by what the
That's fine.
resolution.
It
Okay,
could be just because these are a larger scale than last election, so that could, I mean, larger district.
I agree. It's a little bit-
Yes.
little bit of area to cover. So it sounds like we're going to have 2 each, and Republican chairman chooses 2, Democrat chairman chooses 2. That's how we've generally done it. Any other questions of staff? Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adopt resolution 2025-12 as presented.
Motion to approve, Mr. Chair.
Okay, motion by Clerk Brown. Is there a second? Second. Second by Mr. Reed. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Clerk Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Candelaria Reardon?
Aye.
Mr. Mellon?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes, resolution 2025-12 is adopted unanimously by the board. CFA statement of organization, anybody want to speak on that? Is there anything?
You guys want a resolution?
Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize, 2025-13, there were so many I lost track. Resolution 2025-13 is the next order of new business. It's entitled "A Resolution of the Lake County Board of Elections and Registration Establishing Early Voting Dates and Times for the Special Referendum Election to be held on November 4th, 2025. The locations, which will begin on October 7th, will be the county office right here, the Lake County Board of Election and Registration Office, St. John Assessor's Office on Wicker Avenue in St. John, Cherryville Town Hall on Joliet Street in Cherryville, and the hours will be for St. John and Cherryville 9 to 3 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 to 3 the 2 Saturdays prior to Election Day, 9 to 7 on Thursdays, and 9 a.m. to noon the Monday before Election Day. Are there any questions of staff, or does staff have anything else to add?
We attached the flyer for approval too, so that would be the only thing.
So we will, when I entertain a motion, it'll be to both approve the adopt the resolution and to approve the flyer.
Yes.
Okay? Any other questions of staff? Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adopt resolution number 2025-13, as well as approving of the flyer.
Motion to approve.
Okay, Okay, motion by Clerk Brown, is there a second? Second. Second by Mr. Reed. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Clerk Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Candelaria Reardon?
Aye.
Mr. Mellon?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes, that resolution is adopted unanimously, as is, and approved the flyer. All right, now we're done with resolutions, it appears. CFA Statement of Organization, is anyone taking that, Jessica? Is that CFA Statement of Organization?
Mr. Chairman, this is
Mr. Mellon.
well, this is obviously a late filing of a statement of organization. I believe it was 15 days. In accordance with the rules, the first thing that would have to happen with this is that we would have to sign the statutory fine, maximum being $1,000. However, it's $50 per day. It was 15 days. That would total up to $750 for that fine, and then there can be discussion later as to whether or not that fine is burdensome. I'd like to make a motion to first establish a fine of $750.
All right, and this is for Jenny Byer. I just want to make sure that Ms. Byer, oh, she's here. Okay. We have a motion on the floor by Mr. Mellon to establish the fine. Is there a second? Of $750. Is there a second? Second. Second by Mr. Reed. Motion by Mr. Mellon to establish the fine of $750, and then we'll, of course, have a discussion on whether we should reduce that fine. And at that point, I'd like to have Ms. Byer come up.
Right. And Mr. Chairman, I would like to point out that that action that I made a motion on, it's not an if, it's a shall. We have no alternative but to assess that fine right now, and then this discussion can take place later.
All right, we have a motion to assess the fine. And then let me just ask counsel, so the procedure, just because we haven't done this in a bit, procedure is to assess the fine and then to have a discussion regarding reduction of the fine.
Yes.
All right, and Ms. Byer will, I'll let her be heard at that time. All right, so motion is currently before the board to assess the fine. Is this unanimous, or can we just take it by regular motion?
I believe this is unanimous.
Okay.
I know that the reduction must be.
The reduction's unanimous.
I don't
for sure.
believe.
I don't think this
Yeah,
is.
I don't think this is
Actually, yeah,
unanimous.
the
I think this.
All right. Yep, all right. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. All right, now, Ms. Byer, hi, come on up, if you could. Good morning. Came up from Schneider, right? You can come up, come on up. Hi. Hi, good morning. So, looks like you're trying to file your statement of organization, but it was a little bit late.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you want to be heard as far as why it was late or anything like that?
I read the legislation wrong. I do apologize. I know the only time that I've ever had to do this in the past, I'm on my 4th term. And
Congratulations.
Thank you. The only time you've had to do that is as we're running. And I've always closed my organization because I don't,
Raise in between?
yeah. So I didn't understand that applied to me.
Okay, so basically just an oversight.
Yeah, yeah, and, but I did file it as soon as I knew that it was something that was definitely needed to be done.
All right, and the notes we have show that this is your first time late, and the recommended fine according to our canary sheet that we've been using for years is $10. And you've come here in person, so that would be our recommended fine based on what we've done in the past. So is there a motion to impose,
Motion to oppose, Mr. Chair, $10 fine.
$10 fine based on the, what's the magic words?
Justice should mandate the reduction.
All
and then
right.
We need the unanimous vote.
Clerk Brown, is that accurate?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, is there a second? Second. Second by Mr. Reed, motion by Clerk Brown. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Clerk Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Candelaria Reardon?
Aye.
Mr. Mellon?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes, all right. $10 fine downstairs.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for coming in. All right, I don't see any other new business unless I'm asking the board any other new business. Okay, hearing none, we'll move back to old business. First thing we have before us is a matter entitled Eichner versus Sandra Garza, Lauren Ross, Teresa Kolchak, I'm sorry if I mispronounce anybody's name, John Brezik, Christopher Kozovich are the respondents. Are any of those people here? If you are, hi. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. And I thought I saw Mr. Weiser here on behalf of Mr. Brezik. Good morning. Mr. Eichner, are you here?
I am, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're Mr. Eichner, okay. And I probably should have just said, is Ms. Garza here? This would have been a lot easier. Ms. Garza? Hi. Ms. Ross? Ms. Ross, Lauren Ross?
Ms.
No.
Ross is not here.
Not here?
I'm going to need to ask, give you an explanation and ask what you want to do.
Okay, Ms. Teresa Kolchak? Hi, good morning. Mr. Brezik, I see with his attorney, and Mr. Kozovich. Kosovich, sorry. Good morning. All right, what we have before us right now is a motion to dismiss the complaint filed by Mr. Weiser on behalf of Mr. Brezik. That's what's before us. Why don't I just swear everybody in, if you could just all stand if you're going to give testimony to the board, and I'll just make sure I'll show for the record that you're sworn. If you could all raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony that you may give the board will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I did.
All right, we'll show everybody that is present that has been duly sworn. All right, so, Mr. Eichner, we do have before us your complaint. Mr. Weiser has filed a motion to dismiss the complaint. Mr. Weiser, it's your motion, so we'll hear that first. And then, of course, Mr. Eichner, you'll have a chance to respond.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Jim Weiser, attorney with offices at 429 West Lincoln Highway in Cherville. I did want to let everyone know that I represent all the respondents in this case. Obviously, just filed the motion for dismissal as to Mr. Brezik because of the uniqueness of that particular charge and the particular motion. And I'll do this quickly. Mr. Eichner and I met prior to the meeting and had a discussion about this. And although I think Mr. Eichner and I agreed pretty much on the whole matter, he was not willing to or didn't believe he ought to stipulate and agree to the dismissal. So I'll just make it brief. The statute, and the only statute that is cited in Mr. Eichner's complaint, and the only statute relevant in this case, is Indiana Code, these out, and I'm going to tell you, 3-11-8-15, which is entitled Persons Permitted at Polls During Elections. And it says only the following persons are permitted in the polls during an election.
3-11-8-15?
I'm sorry,
Is that it?
3-11-8-50, you're correct,
Okay,
thank you.
I'm just getting to it.
And that's the one that was cited in the complaint that was filed, and it was the only statute that was cited as having been violated by the respondents, including Mr. Brezik. Section A4 of that says only the following persons are permitted. Number 4 is deputy election commissioners. I attached to my motion the credentials of Mr. Brezik, who was an authorized and duly appointed deputy election commissioner at the election on May 6th of 2025. As a result, Mr. Brezik could not, by law or by any definition, have violated a statute that authorizes him to be in the polling place. I would point out, and I told Mr. Eichner I would do this as well, there were two misstatements in my statement. One was there was a typo, and it described the election as May 8th instead of May 6th, and we all know it was May 6th. The second one is there was a statement in there that said Mr. Brezik appeared at Hobart 12 as a result of a call from Mr. Eichner, and that wasn't accurate. They met there. They were both there, they met there. So I wanted to
That's in the memo.
That's in the memo, and I just wanted to correct that. That was a misstatement.
All right.
So as a result, Mr. Brezik was fully and totally authorized to be in the polling place at the time of the election, or any polling place in Hobart or Crown Point, as those were the two school referendums in nonpartisan elections. So he can't possibly have violated that statute. There may be other issues. Mr. Eichner and I discussed that, and that's maybe more testimony, or maybe taking a look at other statutes, but this particular statute's the only one cited, the only one that the respondents allegedly violated, and as a result, the case has to be, or should be, I don't want to say has to, should be dismissed as to Mr. Brezik. The others obviously remain.
All right. Any questions of Mr. Weiser? All right. Mr. Weiser, are you asking that the entire complaint of Mr. Eichner's as it relates to Mr. Breezik be dismissed?
Yes.
Or are you saying that there are other elements of the complaint that would leave him in the complaint?
No, I'm not saying there are others because there was no other statute cited.
Okay, got it.
There were factual allegations made, but they didn't rise to the level of a statutory violation because had they done so, then that statute would have been cited as having been violated, and it was not.
All right.
Or they weren't.
Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Mellon.
Well, thank Mr. Weiser, I appreciate what you're saying. And back when you and I served on this board for a long time ago, I would have agreed with every word that you said. However, under the new era, since the Allende complaint, our attorneys have pointed out that the complaint itself, because if these people are not sophisticated in filing complaints necessarily, that the citing of a statutory complaint is no longer limited to that statutory complaint. And there can be violations in there which the election board recognizes, and as a result, people should not be dismissed from things because the individual didn't file a complaint against them specifically for that particular reason. Within this complaint, as I've read it, there's a number of different factors that are involved, and they're going to be discussed through the next two complaints. And the way I see it, and I would look to our attorneys for this for confirmation of this, based on the Allende precedent that we've established, is that it's conceivable that Mr. Breezik was giving bad information in the polling place, and he put those individuals in kind of a precarious position, saying that you are allowed to stay in there when that was not good information. Mr. Breezik, being a long-time deputy election commissioner, was giving that advice probably or potentially knowingly, and therefore he was obstructing individuals from doing their jobs, specifically Mr. Eichner, who was the deputy election commissioner. He was obstructing him from properly doing his job. He was obstructing the poll workers, specifically the inspector potentially, from doing their jobs. So because of that, that comes down to an obstruction complaint that arises out of this, and just because it wasn't specified based on the Allende precedent that's been established now, this board is prepared to look at that. So dismissing him by this board would be irresponsible at this point, because we need to keep him in, because there will be discussion, and I don't know how that discussion is going to come out. I don't know whether or not there's
Mr.
any...
Mellon, is this a question for Mr. Weiser?
No, I'm making a statement.
Yeah, I thought we were questioning Mr. Weiser. I understand your position.
Mr. Weiser, are you aware of the new precedent?
I am not, never heard of it, don't have no idea what you're even talking about.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I'm just trying to bring you up to speed on it then a little bit, because there's a new way we look at these.
Yeah, it's the wrong way to look at it, but I have no idea what
I
it
agreed
is.
with you on the Allende
Yeah.
argument, yeah.
I have
Mr.
no,
Tolbert.
have no idea what you're even talking about.
Mr. Tolbert.
All right, I just want to make something clear for the record. I think we have to look at the Allende case since it was raised, and I think the Allende case was a little bit distinguished from this matter, because I think if you look at Mr. Weiser, Attorney Weiser's motion, his argument is that the statute was specifically cited. In the Allende case, we had a complainant that did not cite a specific statutory code. She cited a lot of facts. Electioneering, intimidation were some of those facts that the board considered. I think the background will show, and the minutes will show, that even the board thought for 2 or 3 minutes, or 2 or 3 meetings, that interference as well as electioneering were issues that were live. So I think the Allende case is not necessarily a good case to really reference, because those are completely different scenarios. I think the motion to dismiss here specifically cites a code and specifically says that this violation is the violation that the board should look at.
But,
So
but Mr. Tolbert, let me ask you a question. So are you saying that the dismissal would be specifically for that code citing, but Mr. Breezik would not be dismissed from any other potential law violations associated with this complaint?
I think if we're keeping in line with the Allende case, I think in Allende, interference, electioneering were issues that were clearly raised early. If I hear from this complainant that
We're going to find out. We're going to find out.
something other than what he cited in his own complaint
Talk yet. I understand what you're
is
saying.
live,
Let's not talk.
then I think I would understand what
Okay.
Mr. Mellon is saying. That's not what's happening.
Thank you, Mr. Tolbert. Mr. Reed, did you have something or no?
I think that's what I mean. I was going to add something similar to that. Just because if we're going to say that, of course, as all of us sit here, we all know a deputy election commissioner can be in a polling place. not a problem. There's a lot more in that complaint than just that. I don't think we can say, well, if you cite a code section, you're pigeonholed. That's it. That's the only violation you can bring. You're better off playing dumb and citing no code sections. So I don't think that's what we're going to go with. But I haven't heard
Yeah,
this man
that's
speak.
exactly.
I'd like to hear him speak.
And I feel that I should have let you speak first before we all decided to give our opinions, which.
Well, thank you,
Now
Mr.
that,
I
you know,
apologize
now
for
that
that,
you know
but-
what to say.
But now that you get where this is going, why don't, Mr. Eichner, I'd like you to, if you could first, just respond to Mr. Weezer's argument. And then if we have other questions, of course, we'll ask.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My response to Mr. Weezer's argument would be that I agree that John Brezick did not violate that specific statute. He had every authority to be in that room. However, through his actions of advising other members to not follow the rules and also being present while people were not following the rules and not allowing those rules to be enforced, I would say that that rises to a level of infraction of that code.
Which code?
Title 3, Article 11, Chapter 8, Section 15.
Okay, 311.815, which is what the motion dismisses.
And,
Right. Go ahead, yep. keep
and
going.
as a deputy election commissioner, we took an oath to uphold those rules.
Yep.
He directly violated those rules, which is why I named him in the complaint.
All right, Ms. Brandenburg.
I've always seen Mr. Eichner's complaint as one that expresses that Mr. Brezick was giving bad advice contrary to the rules, not a complaint against him for being in the poll location. So a motion to dismiss because he's allowed to be in the poll location, it doesn't necessarily make sense to me. This is, what is the meaning of Mr. Brezick's role as a deputy election commissioner in providing bad advice to two people who shouldn't have been there but were specifically told, according to the complaint, you don't need credentials to be here, you can stay. That's a problem for the board's analysis, both from a perspective of how Mr. Brezick handled it and how others were impacted by it. Those others could have been drawn into a Class C infraction. So if we have a deputy election commissioner causing other individuals to be drawn into a code violation that could be a Class C infraction or a Class A misdemeanor, and that's under, I'll give you another code site here, hold on, I just had it.
14.315.
Yes, 314.
Okay.
315. That's essentially the ramifications for people who are in a poll location that shouldn't be.
Thank you. Mr. Eichner. Oh, yeah, Mr. Colbert.
And I agree with everything that Attorney Brandenburg has said, but I think where I struggle a little bit is I don't think there's anything in the violation section of the Indiana Election Code that deals with interference with free and equal elections, which is Chapter 3 of the code that makes it a C misdemeanor or a felony for giving bad advice.
Yeah.
So I think that's the problem. There's nothing that makes it a violation under the code, election code, for if a deputy election commissioner gives advice that might not be the best advice or could be given advice in error. And then the last point I would make is that that's a slippery slope because we send our deputy election commissioners out. A lot of times they are handling a lot of tense situations. They're giving advice on the fly and on the cuffs. And if you go down that road of exposing them to liability for advice that they might give on the fly in the heat of the moment that might not necessarily be the best advice looking back in hindsight, then I think that is a bad precedent, if we're talking precedent, to set, because we will probably not ever be able to get a deputy election commissioner to go. I know I wouldn't go if I know I'm going to be drug in and possibly be subject to a felony or a misdemeanor.
Mr.
All
Chairman.
right, thank you, Mr. Tolbert. Mr. Eichner, I'm sorry, Mr. Mellon.
Two things. First of all, in response to that, though, I mean, I think that one of the questions is knowingly, whether or not they knowingly did that. If a deputy election commissioner knowingly gave bad advice, then they are interfering and obstructing with someone from doing their jobs. So I think that's why you have hearings, is to find out if that portion of that portion of the law is in there. The other thing is, Mr. Eichner, I had a question for you. So do you feel that by his actions you were, because I was confused on this, were you interfered with or obstructed from doing your job properly?
Mr. Millen, if my job is to ensure that the election laws are followed on the day of election, I would say yes.
Thank you.
In what way? How are you not, well, I mean, I guess we'll get, well, I want to stick to the,
I
I want to stick to the motion to
this too, and I
dismiss.
think-
Yeah, I
Excuse
think
me, how
that
is this,
question
how
It's
is
not
this
relevant. It's not relevant.
I think that question needs to be answered. I want to stick to the issue too. And I'll make a motion, and it's gonna be a little bit technical, but I think it's important. I would move to dismiss the complaint regarding Mr. Breezik only as to violations of 311-815, not as to any other allegations or other, items of interest in the complaint. I think he is still a respondent in the complaint as to all other potential matters, but I'll make that limited motion.
All right, we have a motion to dismiss Mr. Breezik as it relates to Mr. Weezer's motion to dismiss, specifically related to IC 3-11-815. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, second by Ms. Candelaria Reardon. Any further discussion?
Yeah.
Mr. Clerk Brown. Clerk Brown.
No, I like Mr. Millen.
All right,
Yeah,
yield the floor. Mr.
yeah.
Weezer.
Since it was our motion.
Yep.
And we seem to be excluded from the conversation, I'd say this really, really strikes at the heart of notice and due process. I've been talking to these folks. I knew what the charges were as to everybody. And it was one charge and one charge only as to all 5 of these individuals. One who's not here, and we're going to have a discussion about that. So, and I knew what it was. And now there's these allegations that because statements were made that have never been indicated were a violation of anything, we're going to have a hearing on that, and I have never had an opportunity to I never understood that, too. I never had an opportunity to talk to my client about that because my conversation with Mr. Breezik was solely, you had the violation of this, and there were allegations made, admittedly, but none of them were listed as a violation of a section of law. Absent that, there's no way that we appropriately, under simple concepts of due process, can proceed today as it relates to Mr. Breezik, and you can hold it over if you'd like, and then maybe something more specific can be defined. I mean, this is like taking a criminal case in the prosecutor's office and charging somebody with robbery, and then going into court and say, oh, by the way, those things that he said really are attempts at murder, and we're doing this same case.
And
It can't be done.
Mr. Chairman, if I may
Mr.
respond to Ms. Reed. I said the exact same thing you said a couple months ago.
Yeah.
As Attorney Vista was standing over here in another case. I agree with you wholeheartedly, and I will move, because I'm a reasonable person, to continue this matter so you can prepare for those items.
All right, we got a motion on the
Fine.
floor currently to dismiss as it relates to 311-815. I believe that, once we pass on that motion, we can discuss what we're going to do, or decide what we're going to do on that motion. We can move forward as to whether or not there's going to be a continuance. Mr. Weezer, if you want to have, sounded like you wanted to have one last word there.
No, I'm fine.
You
And
good?
I make that motion
Yeah.
under the guise that I don't think it's right to
problem.
have an attorney,
Yep.
a highly competent individual,
Mr.
especially
Chairman,
in this area.
I hate to do this,
outstanding.
but you have a motion on the table.
I know we do.
Clear
I'm
that.
just, we are in
You can't make
discussion on the
it.
motion.
Right, yeah.
I was explaining my motion.
Right, no,
One at a time, she can't keep up.
Thank you.
sorry.
All right, Mr.
You know I
Reed,
love you.
we have your comments. Thank you. Any further discussion? Clerk Brown.
My position is very clear. Why should we motion to dismiss when all the stuff has not been taken care of? In my opinion, we shouldn't do anything other than look at having a continuance, because we still haven't resolved it the right way. So you have the motion on the floor, but I'm not gonna vote to dismiss anything until we vote to
Continue it?
continue
Okay.
it to the attorney and his clients have had an opportunity to go through this, because all this bits and pieces and all this stuff about another case, it's sour grapes.
Okay, so what we have on the floor is a motion and a second, properly seconded, to dismiss as it relates solely to Mr. Weezer's motion as it relates to 3-11-8-15. It was motion by Mr. Reed, second by Ms. Candelaria Reardon. Any further discussion on that motion?
One
to
just
dismiss?
last,
Mr.
well, you know,
Mellon.
actually, no,
Okay.
let's just vote it.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. A vote in favor will be a motion, will be a vote to dismiss the complaint per Mr. Reed's motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
All right, motion carries 4-1. That matter, the matter is dismissed related to that statute. Mr. Weiser has requested a continuance.
Yes, I want to make that clear.
Yes.
When I requested that, I requested only as to Mr. Brezak,
But I took it as all your clients.
as all the clients.
Yes, I took it to be a motion to continue.
And did Mr. Weiser want to talk about why that, the one person that's not here, I think you had something to say.
I do.
Sure.
Really quick.
Go ahead.
Hesitated or something?
Thank you, Mr. Reed.
Ms. Reed suffered an injury.
Miss Ross.
Miss Ross, I'm sorry, Lawrence suffered an injury. She had surgery. The surgery was done in what we believe to be sufficient time for her to be here today. The surgery was, as I understand it, not correctly or adequately done, and she had to have surgery very recently to correct the deficiency of the first surgery, and it's her leg, and she's unable to ambulate and be here. She did have a statement, and I wasn't and maybe, I don't know how the other folks here feel, but maybe she may be able, if it's continued as everybody, to be here the next time and be able to testify, but she certainly can't now. I talked to her as late as Sunday evening.
All right, so we're taking your motion as a motion to continue on behalf of all your clients.
Okay, let me,
yes.
excuse me.
Sure.
I hope you all understand what's going on.
Do you want to take a minute to go talk to him, Jim?
No, I don't, we all chat a lot, and I apologize, there's the three right here, and an additional witness. So, I apologize, but under the circumstances, I do think it would be better if we're prepared to proceed on the other portion, but if that's the desire or the direction of the board, and that's how you took the motion, then it would be continued.
All right, so we have a motion to continue by Mr. Weiser. Mr. Eichner, are you opposing the motion, or do you want to agree to the continuance?
Mr. Chairman, I believe I can agree to the continuance.
All right,
Give us
of course,
some
we'll
time.
coordinate a date with you.
Yes, sir.
Right, and we'll coordinate a date with, and I think it would be good to have Ms. Ross here, since she's a respondent.
I'll do everything I can to
second
get her
the
here.
We have a motion by, who made the motion? Mr.
Mr.
I
Reed.
did.
made the motion.
I make a
Clerk Brown
motion
is-
to
Thank
continue
you.
the next available.
Thank you. And it also looks like it's stipulated to by the parties. We have a motion by Mr. Reed, seconded by Clerk Brown, to continue this matter until a coordinated time can be set up and all parties are present and able to appear. Any discussion on that motion?
The only discussion, I assume Mr. Weiser will be kind enough to give Ms. Ross my business card about that bad surgery.
I'll get out of the phone on my way back, John.
That's just a side issue. We'll talk about that later.
The only other thing I would mention to Mr. Weiser and Mr. Eichner is that if there are ways that you can narrow the issues or discuss the matter or come to any stipulations,
Sure.
if there's any subpoenas necessary, let us know, let the attorneys know, because obviously whatever we can do to streamline this and keep it moving, we like to do. We try our best.
Totally agree, and
All right.
we had a good conversation this morning, and we'll continue that.
All right, great.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Matters continued until a date can be coordinated. Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you all. I'm sorry you have to come back, but I appreciate you coming down. Thank you. All right, next matter of old business is another complaint, 2025-02, entitled Barnhart versus Cavazos. Is Miss Susie Barnhart here? Susie Barnhart. Hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, is Mr. Edward Cavazos here? Good morning, sir. And Mr. Brezak is here. I see, right? Mr. Brezak is here as well. See on this one? Okay. Mr. Weiser?
Another one I'm not aware of, but I
Okay.
apologize.
Mr. Brezak, are you aware of this one? Okay, you're here, so hold on. Let me at least set the record. Does somebody want to pass this down to Mr. Weiser? Does anybody have an extra copy they can give him of the complaint? Mr. Brezak's already been sworn.
I don't,
Do we have a copy of this for Mr. Weiser?
I don't know that I've returned to
Okay, I think I've got a printed version. This will be my only one, but please pass that down to Mr. Weiser. Okay, if I will show for the record that Mr. Brezak's already been sworn. Mr. Cavazos, I'm sorry, Ms. Barnhart and Mr. Cavazos, if you could please raise your right hand so I can swear you in. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give the board will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but yourself? You got it. All right, we'll show you both been sworn. Ms. Barnhart, we have before us a complaint, which I used to have, but I gave mine up here. Let me see if I can find it real quick on this fancy iPad.
Number 4.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure Mr. Mellon has it up and ready to roll. All right. Ms. Barnhart, good morning. Good
morning.
We have before us a complaint that you filed. It looks like it was filed on May 8th. Has to do with Hobart 16 and Hobart 22. So we do have your email as part of our record. And I want you to know it's been made part of the record, okay?
Okay.
All right. So before we move forward, I guess, Mr. Weiser, you just saw this, so I just want to make sure if you have any motions or you want to be heard on the fact that
I see that Eddie Cavazos is a respondent.
Yes.
I see that. I don't see where Mr. Brezik is.
Under miscellaneous at the bottom, Deputy Election Commissioner John Brezik came in wearing a sheriff's pin. He has come in wearing a sheriff's jacket and was addressed in a previous complaint. It seems he was trying to project a similar feeling, though without the obvious statement of wearing a jacket. In past situations, which Mr. Brezik was accused of intimidating.
It would appear a letter went out June 3rd, 25. I don't know if that was ever received, or
that's what I showed, June 3rd of 25.
do we know if there's service on that?
We wouldn't serve this, or we wouldn't put service on it. We do have the letters and everything.
Does a copy of the complaint go with it?
It should have, yes. Yeah.
Mr. Brezik, did you want to say whether or not you, I don't know, maybe Mr. Weiser can ask you, did you receive a copy of the complaint?
I just talked to Mr. Brezik. He did not receive a copy of this complaint identifying him. He received a copy of the complaint with the other people. He got a letter, and the letter said, "You have been listed as a respondent or a witness." He thought that he was a witness to this. That's why he's here, because he was never listed as a respondent.
It says respondent or witness, and it doesn't refer to
Right.
the,
And he thought he was here as a witness.
so basically there's some confusion on.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so I apologize.
Yeah.
I had no idea he was here as a
I don't,
respondent, nor did he.
in looking at the June 3rd letter, I don't show any reference to a specific complaint. And since Mr. Brezik has testified that he only received the complaint for the other matter,
Right.
and that it is listed as a respondent or witness, he wasn't noticed of this, or at least arguably he wasn't noticed of this complaint. I don't know, Mr. Weiser, are you making any motion? Or?
Well, just real quickly, Mr. Chairman, I was surprised and probably blame myself for prior service here for not catching the fact that we're sending notices out to people saying, hey, you're either going to be a respondent or a witness.
Yeah.
Guess which one it is.
I understand
That's
that
what's
part.
happening here. So I'm moving that as if there's a claim or a case against a complaint filed against Mr. Brezik, I'd have to move to continue.
Let me just ask Mr. Barnhart real quick. Ms. Barnhart, are you making a complaint against Mr. Brezik?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, given that, that she is, you're moving to continue it based on
I am,
just the fact that you
based
don't
on
have.
lack of
Okay.
notice.
I'll entertain a motion to continue, just so we can.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Mellon made a motion to continue. Clerk Brown, do you second that?
I'm seconding it.
Second by Clerk Brown. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Ms. Barnhart, I apologize. I know you were ready to go
Thank you.
forward. I'm sure you took time out of your day to be here today. I apologize about that. I'm not sure what happened. It seemed to be like a little bit of a glitch in how we're sending notice out, but I'm sure we'll coordinate a date with Mr. Weiser.
Yes.
Can you make sure to help coordination with Ms. Barnhart and Mr. Cavazos as it relates to a new date?
I will.
All right, thank you. And we'll, obviously, Ms. Brandenburg and Mr. Tolbert are available as well.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. I know we'll.
So everything, not just that point, but
Yes.
all of
Yeah, I
it is
think
being
it's gonna be
continued.
everything.
It'd be better, because it all ties together sometimes.
So thanks for coming in. I apologize
Okay.
again.
Thank
We'll
you.
get you back up here soon enough.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
all right, thank you. And Mr. Cavazos, same thing. Make sure we have contact information. Thanks. Okay. Didn't seem as concerned. All right. That takes us into the election complaint tracker update, showing no new update as of this time, Jessica.
Yeah, it's still being worked on.
Thank
It's
you.
in process.
And election equipment bid process? No update. All right. All right, then moving through the agenda to correspondence, I show none. Council reports, Ms. Brandenburg. Mr. Tolbert. Thank you both. Purchase orders.
Motion to approve?
Motion to approve the purchase orders as presented.
Second, Mr.
Second by
Chairman.
Clerk Brown, motion by Mr. Reed. Any discussion about the purchase orders? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The next meeting of this board will be September 16th, 2025, right here in the Commissioners' Courtroom at 10 a.m. Public comment. Would anyone like to comment? Public comment is open. Public comment is now closed. Hearing no takers today, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned at